Hey, welcome all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I'm back in the book. Oh, I got something nice for you today. It's just getting better. There you go. You see that guy sitting there? You say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Seeing this, what that tells you? He's sitting in the lotus position. He must be meditating. Okay. Lesson is, how is the higher vision attained? Daily meditation. That's the lesson. Let's rock. Let's go. Rightism. 25 rules to live by. Storytelling. Story with a message. There's a message in the stories. For life, I give life lessons. You tune in and receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and I'm on it, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinking is way of life, and that's what it is for me. Through mental and spiritual discipline, practice daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of reaching spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission is that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. See where we're going with this? Let's get it together. So I asked the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through. Yeah, that's what I do. Alright? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I got you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do. For you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know, they're spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm your spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself and to might be true. I got 2 pages of information. One is about meditation. The other one is about what we call the serpent power, or India is called serpent power, Kundalini. In Egypt, where it started, we called it Sekhem, Iraq Sekhem. Okay, so let's get into them 2 lessons. Should be fun. Let's go. Right thinkers, let's talk about how is the higher vision attained. What do you mean by higher vision? The mind, the eye's mind, the third eye. How could you open up? Do you know that fluoride closed the third eye? They know about the third eye. They just don't want you to know about it, so they give you things to close it up and send you in the wrong direction, the wrong path. When you're walking right, doing right, and living right, something's going to happen. The coiled one, the Kundalini is called the coiled serpent that's inside us metaphorically, symbolically. And once you activate it, it's waiting to be activated. How do you activate it? Live right, do right, righteous actions. Okay, so this is the sage Amun-hotep. Okay, and this is the introduction to meditation. And what it's telling you as going inside yourself. You hear everybody say deep dive. It's all true. Everybody know God is inside you, but He's hidden. Amun means hidden spirit. Where? Inside you. Hotep, supreme peace. Recognizing that God inside you brings you to what? Supreme peace. And within oneself, when you reach that level in life, things don't bother you the same way it used to. Why? You know a whole bunch of stuff that don't really matter. What matters is you know who you are. And that sometimes takes a lifetime to find out. Some people don't. So it ain't easy. It ain't the norm. Oh no, I'm not normal. I'm not like them. Why? I know myself. And if you don't know yourself, you're not like me. Or like us who do. I'm trying to get you to be one of us. I ain't trying to sway you or bullshit you. Just trying to get you to know you. That's all I got for you. Moving on. You know how I feel about that. And the idea, he's a sage. And Amun-hotep means hidden supreme peace. You got to find it. Go and search. I went in search of the truth. Not to know myself, just to know the truth. What the truth is to know itself. At that time, I didn't know. But yeah, I just knew I wanted something more than what I was getting. Church, Sonic Order, all the kind of different coats. Man, wasn't nothing that satisfying me. But when I went to Egypt and I started studying, wee dog, life changing. That's why I'm saying I don't give a crap about your little Christian concept. None of that religions mean nothing to me. I got the source, the original. That's my point. Sorry about it. Get back to the lesson. My bad. But I want you to know, this new stuff, no, I ain't saying it's bad. I don't use it. Why? The old stuff worked just as good. My son told me that, so I stick with what works for me. That's all. That's right. We're going to talk about the Sage Amenhotep and the concept of what we call UAA Shidi. Shidi means to study. My pastor, he got one book. I got a bunch of books, and I study a little bit from every one of them, and they all take me to one spot. Hell, he got the one book, and he got there. So I can't say it don't work. Understand that, please? But my philosophy works for me. That works for him. God can be obtained any way you want, if that's what you want. Moving on. These are ways to get it. Everybody got a means in a way. Why? If they obtain it, I can give it to you. Why? I know. If I know one thing, I know how to get to God, how to live. That's it. I'm trying to give you the same idea. So let's go. Netta Shidi. It means meditation to experience the transcendental supreme self. I personally, if you're not meditating, you ain't talking to God. You ain't in communion with God. You just wishing and hoping and believing. And every time you get blessed, you recognize the blessing from God. Yeah, but do you put the work in? And if you're getting blessed, that means you're doing something, right? How about putting the knowledge to that? And now you control all your actions. That means you control your blessings. You control your unblessed too. Do evil. You won't get blessed with that. Simple as that. So it's real cut and dry. And when you're serious, you don't care about the other side. You do what works for you. Let's go. In the 5 forms of meditation, they always say that, or Netherlandian, excuse me. Now, Indian got their meditation. I got the whole book for that. I told you that. But in the Netherlandian philosophy, we have ours. That's what we're going to tell you about right now. In the 6 of them, we have the 5 forms of Netherlandian meditation discipline. A discipline means you're going to follow it. I live a spiritually disciplined life. I practice my spiritual disciplines daily. So that keeps me on the straight and narrow. No, I fell off. Well, I got weak. I don't have that problem. I don't have that problem. If I'm not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. Moving on. That's discipline. You have to practice that. It's an acquired taste. The first form is Arat Sekum. Okay? Sekum, we spell it Sekhem. Sekhem U. That means meditating on the subtle life force. We call it Sekhem energy, life force, okay? Indians call it Kundalini. Same thing. Same thing, we just call it a different name. Called Prana. So well, but everybody have a name for the same thing, just a different name. It starts with God. So everything after that gonna get seen different, and that's fine. Not a difference. With the differences, the question is when you practice what's your difference and what you'll say claim. I practice 42 negative confessions in my eye. I hold myself accountable not to do the wrong thing daily, and it serves me fine. Now, if you got 10 commandments, you got tenets, that's fine, but practicing them what makes a difference. That's my point right there. And when you meditate on the subtle life force, you're thinking about God. Meditating about God. That's the first step. Listening. Meditating means you're listening to what? Your higher self. Get the concept? All right, next one. Ari means action. Sma means to come together. Maya, that means you're meditating on righteous actions and selfless service. I do something good for somebody every day. Why not? That's just being a good person, good Samaritan. Back when I was coming up, helping an old lady cross the street, helping somebody with their bag, open the door. Those are things that make people unite easily. We didn't have to know everybody be their business, just be cordial. What happened to that? When you're cordial, that means you're showing respect for each other and not in a whole bunch of crazy way. I got neighbors, I just nod. We just nod. I know they're there, they know I'm here. We ain't got to beat on each other up, no, respect. They live over there, I live over here. I ain't got no problem. In the hood, they all up in your business. They want, man, I ain't got time for that, so understand that. Living is important, and where and how you live makes the difference also, okay? Number 3, That's my favorite. Nuk pu ashit ur. Ur. UAA. Okay? That means to meditate on I am. This is way before Moses. Okay? God was described as the I am way before Moses came up with the concept. That's all I'm saying. Not disputing Moses. I agree 100%. The I am God is I. Yeah, 100%. I ain't saying, I'm just saying he didn't create it. That's all I'm saying. Moving on. He is the originator of that. And when you keep your mind on God, I'm God conscious. My mind's on God all the time. Why? Why not? What else is more important than keeping God first? I'm listening. I ain't got time because you ain't got none. Understand that. I ain't telling you to go out here and be sanctified. No, I'm just saying be conscious of what your actions are. Why? Because God is watching. He's aware. He got to know if to bless you or to punish you. Oh, I got the eye. That's why I rock the eye. All seeing eye. Y'all done twisted into it, but I understand the definition of it, so that's all that counts. You can call it, say it what you want, I understand it. And when you get understanding that God's eye is the one that's inside you, the pineal gland, the communication with him, and he sees what? All your actions. Moving on. So he can't be somewhere else and know all of that. In that judgment day, he gonna speak for you. Wow. Your heart. Moving on. See where I went with that? This is all esoteric teaching. I ain't got time to give you a whole bunch of fluff and nonsense. I'm giving you the best truth, straight out. Use it, understand it, and you'll know it to be true for yourself. Now, the next one, number 4. Nuk Ra Aku. Oh. Aku meaning enlightened being. That's the right thing. We want to be Akus. What? Enlightened beings walking the earth. That's what that means. That's all it means. Not religious, sanctified, holier than thou. No, just an enlightened being. Enlightened means you have knowledge. Knowledge is light. Not that thing on the side. We know that, but guess what? With that comes life. So let me get too involved in that. I can just go all over. But let me stick to focus of the lesson. Reek, Amun, Au, you are. Meditation on what? The wisdom teachings. When I was coming up, every lesson I learned, I took it to heart. Why? I'm going to put this to use. I'm going to implement it. I'm going to see if it works. Lo and behold, I'm walking it down. Why? Everything they say, I did. And everything they said would do, happened. So, I'm excited. When you have truth, your body will start to vibrate at a different level. It's called goosebumps. That's the spirit being connected. That means you're coming to connection mentally with the spirit that's in you, and it gives your whole body a whole different chart, and everybody deals with it different. Some people, my mother-in-law, she ready to run. When I'm sitting here, sometimes I get the lesson going, and I'm thinking I'm getting the point across with understanding. Man, I get excited. So everybody reacts different to that vibe when they connect the mind and the heart. That's a beautiful thing. A marriage like no other. I gave that some time ago, but this is the whole point. You have to meditate. You have to put yourself in a state of mind. When? Daily. Not every now and then. God will talk to you whenever you have time for him. I told you a few years ago, about 10 years now. My mother said, baby, everybody don't want to talk about God all the time. Okay. I get it. So I told my pastor, man, I'm all amped up about God. And my mom said, everybody want to talk about God all the day. Well, brother, right? Whenever you want to talk about God, you call me. We've been talking every day for the last 10 years. So I want to talk about God. Every time we talk, that's what we talk about. Let's go. We compare blessings every day. Moving on. He just had a birthday, my man. But last one, Kit Ak. Ooh. What that mean? I'm going to introduce you to my favorite, okay? That means meditating on the tree of life. This book right here, and my man Cat Williams, this book will change your life. And I got another one for you. This will help you too. These are things that you can learn, that you can manifest for yourself and put them to use by what? Practicing. All I did is practice what I read. Practice what I learned. To see if I learned it, I put it to use. To see if it worked, I tried it. And I get excited. I'm goosebumped up. Right? Because that's where it comes from for me. And to be able to share it, I know I'm doing something right. And Everybody don't like that. Which I don't give a crap, but guess who do? And those who follow me do too. All right, let me rock. How to keep your higher vision. What do you mean? In the midst of challenging world. This challenging world is full of chaos. We know that. Remember, Marcus Aurelius. I got all these philosophers. I ain't that big on name calling because I don't give a crap about the name, but the philosophy. He tells you, knowing thyself or being what? Stoic. The Stoic is his philosophy. You can control your situations in life, but you can't control you doing all your situations in life. I love that. Why? That's the epitome of maintaining your cool. For me, that comes from maintaining your cool. Why? I'ma still be that cool, smooth guy no matter what. Well, I didn't know that then, but now I figured it out. When I got pulled over, the day I got knocked off, that was cool. The day that I got sentenced, 5 years, I was cool. The whole 3 years I did in prison, yeah, I was cool. So I always knew how to maintain myself in situations. Why? That was my personal rule for myself, my integrity. So you never see me lose my cool. Okay, so that was just built in from the streets. I didn't read. I wasn't studying none of that nonsense. That's all street codes. I know about no Marcus Aurelius, nobody Stoic is. I ain't know nothing about. All I knew was hood. Okay, I'm a kid from the hood, nigga from North. All right, let's go. I see. Okay, I'm gonna wrap this up. I'm good. Where we at? No, the question is, how do you attain your higher vision? Okay, in the midst of what was going around. I was told, you can go to a monastery, y'all can block all y'all out. I don't give a damn about nothing. Why? That's tunnel vision. I've always been focused like that. When I was by myself, nobody gave a crap. I was still doing what I'm doing. To this, I've been doing this now for 15, 20 years. Who gives a crap? Nobody. But I'm still doing it. Moving on. Again, it ain't what somebody else, I don't need validation. I get my blessings. And if you're serving God, that's all that matters. Everything else, go for it. But I know what I do. And the main thing is, when you're going to learn, the first thing about learning anything is listening and being able to study what the philosophy, and by trying it through what? Practicing Maya philosophy when? Daily. In your life as necessities. I've been living Maya for the last 20 some odd years because it meant something to me to do that. Lo and behold, I'm giving it to you now. Why? Oh man, working for me. So I pass it on. And by daily meditating is the way to have the will to what? Sustain your spiritual discipline. If you're serving God, or you think you're serving God, and you're doing good things, you're doing the right thing, and you're not getting blessed, what God are you serving? Because if you're not receiving from the God that you're serving the wrong God. That's all, or something you ain't doing right. That's my point. God knows the truth. If you want people to think you're doing good and all that, that's fine. And that's all okay, fodder, I call it. But the truth is, you're only going to be blessed for doing good deeds by who? By God. Man, don't do that. Meditation will provide you with inner spiritual strength, communicating with God. My pastor telling me he gets his lessons downloaded to him from God. How can he do that? Meditating. He meditates every day. I meditate every day. My mother-in-law is a spiritual advisor. And we all three talk to God. Or God talked to us. 10 years ago, you couldn't say that without people saying, this, no, you're crazy. I asked the question 10 years, well, if God talked to ancient people, why he talking to nobody no more? He stopped making house calls? So, no, the people left God. God never left us. Hell, I didn't heal God. He was with me then. I had no idea. So, trust me, I tell everybody, we're born ignorant of everything. We're born ignorant of ourselves, knowledge of anything. So, we need to be what? Taught. In your environment, for the first 7 years, is going to set the tone until you change it. Why? You're programmed for the first 7 years, you just sucking it in. I got sucked in by somebody else's world, and I was with it. Why? I didn't know nothing else. So trust me. And it's all psychological, neurologists, doctors, everybody professing that right now. I told you that from my ancients. I didn't get it from modern times. None of the knowledge that I have is from university, colleges, from here. Everything I got is from ancient. All of it, everything. Moving on. So I ain't missing no, no. I just know where everything comes from. I got the origins of all things. I'll get to the source. That's called the source. When Frank Lucas went to take care of his business, he went to what? The source. And once he had the source taken care of, he put everything else in place. And everything worked like clockwork. I did it for years too. I know the game. I know the hustle. God ain't a hustle. I'm not hustling God. I'm giving God away. How about that? I'm just giving it to you. I ain't hustling you for this. Moving on. But me doing this, hustling and giving it away, in return, I get blessings. That's my pay. I don't need this. I need blessings. Don't you? Okay. But to build your spiritual strength, you need to be in communication with God that drives you. I don't know why I'm doing this. The will, again, to endure and to preserve and consistently stay focused, and finally, what you will succeed in what they call the struggle or the game of life. Being rich and famous don't mean you succeed in life. Being the best basketball fool don't mean you succeed in life. Being your best self and recognized by God, that's the success that you want in life. That's what I'm looking for. And right there, because that's our goal. I don't give a damn about any materialistic nonsense or accolades. Don't mean nothing. Why? God don't care about them. Your deeds, your actions, and your service to Him. Moving on. And what's this? There are at least what we call 6 major forms and different concepts of meditation that were practiced in ancient Khmer. I gave you the 5 that's in India. Okay, love them, practice them, guide them, master them. But this is ours. This is the Commission side, the Netherlands. Watch this. It's tell you, I'm gonna break it down for you again. I gave you my outlook the first time. Now this is theirs from the book. Okay, I like to do that so to let you know. Yeah, I have a perspective. I have a concept, but I got it from reading and understanding this one. I'm not gonna just verbatim go back. I can't do that. That is teaching. I'm not a parrot. So I give you my understanding of what I understand. Now I'm going to break it down so you can take it your way. Number 1, meditation on the subtle life force we call serpent power. Again, you see me doing this, okay? That's either Pingala in India, okay, is Aset and Neptat in Egypt. That's the serpent, the twin serpent that's really one, going at the spinal cord, going over to heaven. All this is metaphorical and symbolical. And when you understand it, man, it's a beautiful thing. Why? Because you can live it. You can make it happen. You can bring it to reality. Your fantasies can be reality. All you got to do is implement them. George told me that 50 years ago. I'm still doing it. Number 1, serpent power in Egypt, we called it Sekhem. But in India, it's called Kundalini. Kundalini means the coiled one, the serpent. Christians, y'all really swinging the miss on the serpent deal. Y'all get the serpent a bad rap, and y'all can't live it down. Why? Y'all call him the bad guy. He didn't lie. The serpent is not. He represents knowledge and everlasting life. The serpent was revered in Egypt and in India, but not in Rome or Greek. Why? They didn't understand it. That's why. Misinterpretation. I got the lesson for you. I put that in the hop. I didn't want to embarrass you, so I didn't throw it in your face. But y'all really swung and missed on this serpent. I seen that. And me being a meditator, they got a show where the guy's sitting there meditating. He cool. He just sitting there. And his disciples come around, gather around, y'all waiting around for him to wake up. So he's just sitting there. All of a sudden, the storm goes boom. You hear the storm rumbling, the clouds are shaking. They all looking around. They about 3 or 4 of them. They all huddled up, standing right, looking at the master. He's sitting there under the tree. All of a sudden, you see this big, giant cobra. They freaking out. They say, "Oh, he about to go get our master. The master only on when he coming." He's sitting there. He's still in meditation, boy, right? This big, giant cobra come up. And when it started raining, he stretched out his head, waved up like this, and covered up my man. They sitting out getting wet in the meditation. He's just sitting in the cobra. I'm protecting him from getting wet. That was a beautiful metaphor. I love that. That's teaching. That's giving you a picture of the concept. Okay, he's so in tune that he protected himself. Why? The cobra came. They scared the cobra. He know the power of the cobra. Okay, the cobra know the power of him. Animals are instinctively natural. I got cats. We get along fine. They love me. Why? They keep rubbing up on me. That's their way of showing love. Okay, so I'm the cat man around all my pants got cat hair. That ain't cool. You ever see me look down at my right leg? And it's only the right leg. They don't do the left. That's nature. I love it. All right. When you're part of it, you can understand it. This is why the God's heads was always from the gift that the nature gave that animal. The ibis-headed bird, okay? The bird. Your bird brain is the highest level of the brain stem. Why? You got the reptilian brain, you got the monkey brain, then you got the bird brain. We thought bird brain was bad. God is represented by a bird. Haru, the spirit, represented by the falcon. So, birds ain't a bad deal. Just like the snakes, okay, understand that. And how about that? A snake and a bird go together. Why? Serpent with wings. Okay, the rainbow serpent, moving on. But these are all metaphors and symbolism to get you to understand the inner workings, your inner vision. That's how you attain your higher vision, okay? It's all mental, that's why, all right? Let me read it though. Number 3, where we at? Okay, meditating on the right, okay, I forgot. Number 2, my favorite. Meditation on righteous actions. That's my yacht. Selfish service, when every day of your life. Practice my yacht every day. I don't do nothing without balancing it out. That means I'm using my yacht philosophical concept, the aspect of my brain. I'm using both sides, left and right hemisphere. That's what my yacht represents. You see me do this. Left hemisphere, right hemisphere. Y'all see it? No, I'm telling you what it is. You can see and think, oh, I thought every thought we ever had was wrong. Stop. Why? It ain't never gonna be right. Why keep doing something that just don't work? Why? Thought don't mean nothing. It's a wasted concept. Sorry. I get so frustrated. How could you have a thought about something you don't know? Makes no sense. And don't be philosophical one minute and then be asinine the next. It don't work that way. Same philosophy all the time. Simply that. All the time. No, all the time. But if I say all the time, don't give me no what that means all the time. If I say everything, no. God, dog it. Pay attention, listen, and that's how you learn. What you thought don't mean nothing. What you know makes all the difference in the world. Moving on. And all your thoughts are wrong. Number 3, the Per Im Haru path. What's that? That's the path in which the I am formula, or meditating on what any idea or any lesson you learn. I and God are one. I've been telling you that for the longest. Everything comes from the one. And it's going back to. And everybody say the same thing. Again, different name, but same thing. You can call it what you want. Okay, my man, you can call it dog doodle, whatever. But it ain't magic. Once you tamper with it, it's no longer pure. When you get your knowledge, that's pure. Why? It's from me to you, it's from God to you. That's pure. It ain't cut, it ain't contaminated. Nope, it's pure. I give it to you that way. What you do with it is up to you. Some people can't handle it pure. You can't handle the truth. Truth is pure. Moving on. Okay? Knowledge is the truth. Now, I'm one with God. That teaching, that concept comes from Per Im Haru. Y'all call it the Book of the Dead. We knew that a long time ago. That's my point. And now, number 4, Nuk Ra Aku. I know what that means. This is the glorious light. God being glorious, light being knowledge. Spiritual enlightenment means you have the glorious light, a system that's the oldest recorded instructions for the practice of what? Formal meditation in human society. We were the originators of the concept of communion with God at the next level through meditation. That's what we tried to show you. That's how you attain higher vision. One was there, right? Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. But hope you get the lesson. I'm having fun. I'm teaching now, so I don't really play the clock watcher when I'm in my teaching mode. I'm wrapping it up for you right quick. Let me go. We also have Greek. I'm on, what the what? Yeah, that which is wisdom. That is the wisdom teachings that you have to be taught by a certified, authentic sage, master, practitioner, priest, whatever. But somebody who's authentic, who's been through the course. Not with a damn degree or a whole bunch of paper on the wall. No. My degrees you can't get from colleges and universities. You get it from life. The streets where I got them. You can't get them no place else. And that is the teachings that I give. And it's also the temples that's taught in the temples of Aset. When you go to learn, you have somebody you follow. A lot of people follow Aset. All the God and goddesses has something that you can stand on and follow them for. I'm a Mayat fan myself personally. Why? She represents the things that I philosophically like. okay? Qualities of self that makes you a better you. And you can practice that way daily. Now, Ket Aku. Ooh. This is, which is the tree of life system. Bam. I'm about to take you, we're about to climb the tree of life. I did it a few years ago when I first got the book. It's beat up, but this is one of my favorite books. It was given to me as a gift about 10 years ago, so it's been around. All right, and I use it. I got books. Ain't none of my books pristine. No, I beat them up. I take them with me to the gym. I take them with me, so they already getting thrown around. They paperback. So yeah, the ones I don't take out, the ones are pretty much pristine. I see my big book. My Masonic book. I got a whole bunch of Masonics. I got a whole shelf with all Masonic information. So I got my little categories. But yeah, my past only got one book. I freaked out about that. I'm gonna take this thing home now. Taking it home again. The Aku, which is the tree of life system. I'm gonna get into that next, and that's based on the Anuyan theology, which is Asar, Aset, and Haru. I call that your mother and father and you. Asar, my mom's Aset. I'm Haru. Okay, unique, one-of-a-kind aspirants made from spirit, intuitive knowledge, and now I'm an aspirant, to be my best self and to avenge my father's killer, ego, my ego self. He's not gonna get me. I got him. Moving on. I'm untouchable. Other than that, said you got him. Yeah, I got him. Take him out. I will pull the trigger. I'm a trigger puller. All right, wrapping it up. I just showed you at the top before we started, the right-hand corner, that's the slide. There is a picture of the sage, Amenhotep, Amun-Hotep, hidden supreme peace, who was at this time, he was 80 years old at the time. And this was considered, Amenhotep, his posture for meditation. I'm not doing that. Moving on. And I'm only 67. My body ain't getting to that level, that loose. I don't work out like that. Simple as that. I ain't got no problem with it. I tell you, man, I ain't doing that. Knowing your limitations, knowing what you will and what you can and can't do, is just better than not knowing what. You might do something that you can't do and end up hurting yourself. I'm not putting myself in that dangerous position. Why? I ain't doing that. Simple. Amenhotep. He was regarded, again, as one of the greatest sages we have. Why? In a summary, he was a high priest, a philosopher, master teacher. All those are qualities that I aspire to do. Why? Practice, live, and you can give people advice about life. I call them life lessons for a reason. My man said, make your own. Nah, but I get the concept. Yeah, rightisms. I got you. Moving on. But there was a temple that was dedicated to him, and he wrote on spiritual philosophy and the practice of daily meditation. And obviously, he is what? The meditative posture. He stays that. We practice that as a teacher. When you come in, that's the position he'll be in, and he hold that position the whole time. I'm sitting upright. I got the same mental capacity. I just ain't working my body that way. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I thought I would have some time for the Sekim. Harat Sekim. That's coming up next. I see taking up your time today. Hope you got the lesson. Hope you enjoyed it. I always enjoy giving it. And in closing, right thinkers, me y'all let it be 100. Me 100 minus a day. So I never know that my right thinkers who know how to attain a higher vision have passed away.